All right, I'm here with Fred Penney. He's a personal injury attorney in the California area. He runs Penney and Associates. Fred, you've spoken at all kinds of events. You've even been a judge for those entrepreneurial competitions. So we got a question for you today for a magazine, and they said, what advice do you have for people that want to climb out of debt?
Let's talk about it in a business sense, because we talk about business. How is it you can stay out of debt or get out of debt when you own a business?
Yeah, what's your big secret?
The big secret is, let's see, I got it. Spend less, make more. Or in other words, don't spend more than you make. How's that? That's pretty direct.
Okay, I may have learned that in kindergarten, but
a lot of people learn it in kindergarten, but forget about it. And a lot of times what it comes down to is they get confused over two words, needs and wants. And those are two important words that you got to remember is what is something that I need for my business and what is something that I want. Now we can get into personal life, and I'm not going to discuss that. I just want to talk business, but what is a need in your business? What is a want? That's very important. No, you don't need the new Ferrari to drive around in, right when you start off your business. You know what I'm saying? But it depends. It depends what what type of thing you do, what area of law you're in. Say you have a construction company. You want to drive around maybe a pickup. You don't want to drive in a fancy car. In fact, I still remember one time I had a guy come bid on my pool, and he drove up in a brand new Corvette. And I'm telling you right now, I said to myself, whoopsie, this bid's going to be high. And sure enough, it was. And I didn't go with him. But, you have to determine what is a need and what is a want. Every area of law, it's different. For example, in San Francisco, when we go try a case in San Francisco, it's really not a big deal if I wear a beautiful, nice suit, like an Armani suit. It's really not going to make a difference. But if I'm up in a really dinky town, and if you drive up in a brand new, Lexus or Mercedes and get out in a fancy suit, they might look at you and go, because don't forget, jurors and judges and everybody sees you, and you just have to be careful in what you do. And so you need to look the part of your business, but don't overspend. In other words, make sure, is it a need or is it a want? And if you can figure that out early on in your business, that's going to put you on the road to success.
Awesome. Do you think a lot of people have what they consider to be really high needs, but then if you kind of really examine it, it's not necessarily a need, it's more of a want?
Yeah, you drill down on a lot of businesses and that are failing that I've seen, and most of the time there's a lot of needs that they don't get, but the wants are sitting there piled up in the living room, in the business office. But you just have to be very careful. You just be frugal. I always say be frugal from the beginning to the end. That doesn't mean be cheap. Big difference. Everyone's like, oh, you drive a nice car, Fred. Yeah, but I'm not, well, then you're not being frugal. No, you can be frugal, but not be cheap. The big difference in that. Figure that out. You should be able to figure that out.
Absolutely.
But that's kind of my advice. And there's a whole bunch of things I can talk for days about it. But with the law firm, we have always poured money back into the firm too. So for us, what's important is needs and wants. We need to make sure in Penney and Associate injury lawyers that the money is poured back into the firm, so the firm is strong and has a good foundation. Because a lot of our cases, for example, we have to front the money. And it costs money to prosecute a case. So you have to have that money to prosecute cases in order to pursue those big cases. In fact, there's some lawyers that will refer cases over to us because they can't handle the deep pockets they need to prosecute cases. So
interesting. All right. Well, that's really good advice. All right. Well,
thanks, Melanie, for giving me a call.
Okay. All right.
Talk to you later.
Okay. Bye-bye.